Welcome to the Untrapped podcast, where we're motivated and inspired about success, small business, and personal development. And now, Keith Kalfas.
You might be feeling an intense amount of frustration right now in your landscaping business because the customers aren't spending money like they normally would in a booming economy when people are excited. Right now, people are uncertain about the future, so they're tensing up. They're tense and they're not spending money like normal. And I don't want you to think and have the misidentification to think that there's something wrong with you. If you're intelligent, you're hardworking, you're a critical thinker, you're smart, you're doing everything you can to market and advertise your business. But if you're in your first year or two, my heart goes out to you, and I just want you to hang in there and stay strong and keep doing, just keep learning skills and sharpening your saw. Now, for the people who have been in business for years, that have a huge, fat, healthy clientele, have tons of marketing and advertising experience, and know what levers to pull to make, they have repeat business. They can go into the data bank vault of thousands of customers they've done work for and drum up work. I know people right now that are crushing it, that are so busy up to their eyeballs, they're just in expansion mode because they're making so much money. But then back to the newbie, if you don't have that database of customers and you don't have deep pockets you don't have to have deep pockets if you read J. Conrad Levinson's book, Guerrilla Marketing Tactics. Here's what it really comes down to, man. This is survival of the fittest. I've been through 2008 and 9. I know what it's like, and this ain't nothing like that yet. If you go to shopping malls and plazas, well, actually the mall by my house is shut down, but I mean, people are spending money like crazy everywhere. For every place you find somebody who's complaining about how there's not enough money and how they're broke and all these things, I can go find 3 people who are buying new trucks and trailers and cars and houses and making money like crazy. Money and affluence is all over the place. You just have to know where to find it. So I just want to encourage you to keep hustling and working. Now, there's this interesting thing that happens. When things are booming, you can do the same amount of work, but for some weird reason, it's not weird, it's economical, all this money and opportunities just flowing in. And it's like jackpot, 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 jackpot. And you might make the misidentification and think it's because you're such a genius, because you got the Midas touch. Well, how do you have the Midas touch when things are tough and people are afraid and people are negative and all people want to talk about is politics and the economy? There's this book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Dr. Stephen R. Covey. He said you have, independence, dependence, independence, and interdependence. I don't know if he said codependence. He said interdependence is where we all depend on each other. And then he drew this line and he said, here's what you can control. Here's what you can't control. Influence. If you focus on the things you can control, right? It's like, God grant me the serenity to focus on the things I can control, to not focus on the things I can't control, and the wisdom, the discernment to know the difference. So what can you control? If you focus and obsess about stuff you can't control, your circle of influence gets smaller and smaller and you become a powerless, helpless victim. But if you focus on what you can control, which is usually way more than you think, step 1 is you have to spend less time with and not tolerate the negativities of people who are very victim-minded and negative and very cynical and say that it won't work or this won't work. They're dream crushers. They're dream stealers. You have to really guard your heart and be careful what you tell these type of people. And if I could identify the one thing of the proximity effect is get around people who are crushing it and spend as much time, even if you have to pay to play or pay money, to permeate your brain and listen to audiobooks around really high thinkers and successful people. And then you'll realize that most of the people created the most amount of success in the really, really hard times. So other people are giving up and being negative. That's when you go in deeper. That's when you develop and sharpen your skill set and your mental and your emotional and your power to be resilient. That's like in the cold, dark mornings. I think it was Joe Frazier, the boxer, said, all those mornings at 4 a.m. out jogging in the dark, now you're being exposed under the bright white lights. Like, now can you really fight when the lights are on? Because all that training is going to show in that moment. So when things turn around, which they always will, if you read like Money Master the Game and the Tony Robbins books about these booms and busts and cycles and things, because I refuse to believe that we're all going to hell in a handbasket. I refuse to believe, because if you believe that, then where are you going to go from there, right? But what I'm saying is, if you keep sharpening your skills and having tons of faith in positive self-talk, no matter how hard it gets, when stuff turns around and goes up, you're going to go boom. The wind is going to catch underneath your sails, and you're just going to skyrocket. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be amazing. But you know deep down inside all the hard work you put in and all the sacrifice and how it was totally worth it. So I'm excited. Keep marketing, keep advertising, keep working on your business and growing your skill sets. I'm listening to audiobooks on audible.com all the time. Any minute that I'm not talking to a human, I'm usually listening to that. I also have my podcast, the Untrapped podcast, on Apple and Spotify. We just crossed, I think we got 900,000 downloads. Go to Apple and Spotify. You can listen to our latest episodes. I also have a quick sponsor, a new sponsor. So every website, every landscaping and lawn care business owner needs a professional, dope website for their business. And websites can be expensive to build. They can be hard to build. I've built websites. It's a long, hard road, but not with this company called Durable. And so through the power of AI, you can build your website on durable.co. In about 30 seconds, you can choose the type of website, like lawn, landscaping, gardening, and then it'll go, and it'll literally use AI generatively to create the entire web page for you with all the elements that a professional website has. And now you spend the next few hours updating your images and your copy and connecting your social media plugins. And now, after a few hours, you have this completely professional website that you can, this would be your new website. You can literally build your own website now. It would be amazing. And so Durable's awesome. I really believe in the business, and I did a lot of research before I decided to partner up with them, and I've been building my website on Durable. And so if you go to durable.co, or you click the link in the description below this video, look for Durable Website AI Builder, and you can get a huge discount with my Durable ambassador link. It's Keith30, promo code Keith30 during checkout. So go to durable.co, fill it all out, and you can get a free 2-week trial, and then make sure you use my promo code. It'll save you 30%, which is huge, and then now you can have a sweet website for your business. So without anything else, hit me up. I'll put all the links in the description below. Much honor and respect to you, my friend, Keith Kalfas. Peace. Hey, I hope you liked the show, and if you like the Untrapped podcast and you get value from it, can you please take a minute and go over to Spotify and leave it a well-worded, positive 5-star review? It helps boost the rankings on Spotify so the show can get to more people. Therefore, these messages can get out to more people and inspire more people so then they can go out and start their small businesses and crush it and get to the next level. It's a huge deal. All right, I'll see you in the next show.